Thanksgiving from KPIX Channel 5.
NFL Today Dockers Halftime Report is sponsored by Levi's Dockers. Relax, you're among friends.
Welcome back to our studio here in New York, everyone. Greg Gumbel along with Terry Bradshaw, and once again, a happy Thanksgiving Day to you and yours. We're at halftime of our game between the Bears and the Lions, and Detroit leads it by a score of 10-6. The lone touchdown in the game, Eric Kramer to Robert Clark. Mr. Bradshaw is about to show us just how it happened.
Indeed. Well, when you run a slant outside, Robert Clark will run a slant, and he needs help when you're at the goal line, especially on zones, and Perryman will pull this guy up. Now, what happens at the top of your screen, Clark runs a slant. Perryman pulls the strong safety up. You need help in zones to clear the area. Now, Clark sees that it's not man. He says, if I keep going with my slant route, Mark Carey, the safety, will come over and knock my head off. So I will just sit it down in the hole. There, he sits it down. A beautiful read by Clark. Excellent read by Kramer. That was a slant route that turned into a hook.
First time these teams met in Chicago several weeks ago. It was a 10-3 Detroit lead. At halftime, the Bears shut the Lions down the rest of the way and went on to win it 20-10. We'll see what happens in just a few minutes in the second half. Meanwhile, college football, the 91st meeting between Pitt and Penn State is now in the third quarter, and the Nittany Lions are leading the Panthers by a score of 23-14. Well, checking the NFL playoff picture, 13.5 weeks into this season. As you know, all 6 division leaders lost on Sunday. But this weekend, Washington and Buffalo can each clinch their respective divisional titles with a win or a tie. Houston can clinch with a win on Monday night, or if both the Steelers and the Browns lose or tie this week. Now, if New Orleans wins on Sunday, they make the playoffs. If they win and Atlanta loses, New Orleans claims the NFC West. In a big late game on Sunday, the Saints will visit San Francisco, where Coach George Seifert said yesterday that quarterback Steve Bono will start, and it looks like Steve Young is a week away from returning. Meanwhile, New Orleans starter Bobby Hebert practiced yesterday, and according to club president Jim Finks, he looked good, and there is a good chance he'll play on Sunday. But there is no one getting more heat in New Orleans than head coach Jim Mora and his offense these days.
Did you see that offense right before the end of the half? My dad just got out of the hospital. I got the phone. Mom, don't let him watch, or else it'll put him back in. You can't play conservative and be a championship football team. You can't have 1/3 of your football team, your defense, carry you all the way to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, everybody thinks that he should have at least taken that shot at the field goal in overtime.
Morton Anderson, are you kidding me? Let him kick it.
Okay, glad to know your dad's okay, by the way. The holiday season is a time not only for family and friends, but also a time to remember others, perhaps less fortunate. There's a group working in the New York area that calls itself HELP, and that's what they do, by providing housing for the homeless. Terry and I spent some time at one of the HELP housing projects last night.
Not quite 10. 9.
Hey, I'm not doing a half bad job at this.
You want some of this? Huh? That's good. You know what this will do, man?
Make me big and strong.
Make you big and strong.
Where was Thanksgiving last year?
Salvation Army. I came in here with a problem. Okay, I was a battered woman when I first came in here. Okay, and I thought I would never want to go into the street again, but once I came here and got the gratitude in my heart, I went for it. Yeah. And now the streets belong to me again. I like it.
Better than anything out there in the street. Yeah. I know a lot of homeless out there in the street would kill just to have something like this. So they give us pretty much more than what we deserve. I wrote those two.
You know, I want to ask you about this. Read it for me. Football.
Football is a very fun sport to play. It is very rough. You can get hit from all directions. Football is one of my best sports.
Why is it one of your best sports?
Because I like it.
What position do you play?
Quarterback.
Like who? Oh, no, don't give me... Did he give you money to come over here and say that?
Sometimes take things for granted.
You do.
You know, it's really fun to see these kids.
I know I speak for you when I say we had a terrific time up in the Bronx with those folks last night.
Thanksgiving is just that. There's nothing greater in the world than just giving a little bit. You know, the reward that you get from what we saw last night was just made this holiday, you know, very special.
And if you're feeling thankful about some things, take a look around. There's always a way that you can pay back. We'll head back out to the Silverdome where Pat Summerall and John Madden are standing by after this word from your local station.
Halftime at the Silverdome, the home of the Lions, who lead the Bears. Before the game, Commissioner Paul Tagliabue on the far side in the hot air balloon, taking a little ride. And we wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving, as he does as well. 10-6, the Lions over the Bears at the half.